Hey guys, this is Dan Fernandez with WebBiz Ideas, and I just wanted to make a quick video about what makes search engines tick. A lot of times we get people coming up to us and asking, how do I get to the top of Yahoo or Google or Bing or any of these, and why do I get to the top of them? So wanted to make this video to break down this really easy analogy that I use with all of our clients to explain why they get to the top. And it's a great way of breaking down a very complicated idea of search engine optimization to something that a lot of people can relate with. So if you want to think about your website like it's a building, okay? So each floor of that building is like a page of your site. So the first component to getting properly indexed in Google and getting search engine friendly is making sure that your building is built correctly. Now, a poorly built building or poorly built website for that matter, if Google walks in that first floor and your building could be 50 stories tall and have 50 pages, but if Google walks in that first floor, a poorly built website is like building a building without any elevators, stairs, signs, anything. So they walk into that first floor and they have no idea what that building is. Google can't index it properly. All they see is that first floor and they can't get by it. Now, on the contrary, an SEO-friendly website is a website built with a directory, built with elevators and stairs going to each floor, built with signs on the doors on each floor, built so that that website can be indexed properly, and when Google walks in, it can go to each floor, understand what it's about, and how to index it and where to place it in the search engines, whether it's a dentistry office, whether it's a chiropractic office, whatever it is. Because the building is built correctly, Google can at least understand what that building is about. Now, the next component to what makes a search engine tick is content. You'll hear people say content is king. So if you go back to the analogy of each floor of that building is like a page on your website, each floor has content. And the more content that you build, the better off you are. Just like this building, you can see it from miles. And if you think of this city like the internet, that building's sticking out because it has a ton of content. And Google can index all that content because the building was built correctly. So these are two very important components, and the content also will need to be written relative to what you want to be found for. So if you're a dentist office in Minneapolis, you're going to want to write content about being a dentist, tips about dentistry, dentistry techniques, things of that nature, so that when Google starts to index all those pages, they're going to understand your building is about dentistry. And then specifically dentistry maybe in Minneapolis, Chicago, or wherever you're located. Now the third component to what makes a search engine tick is one-way links. And if you think of one-way links like billboard ads on other websites or in your city. So for example, if you are in the internet and you have this giant building now and you have all this content, the third component is getting billboards out there. Getting billboards that specifically have the link, for example, dentistry in Minneapolis, and that point back to your website. Because the more of these that you can get, the better off you're going to be, because Google's going to be going around the city and indexing other websites, other buildings, and then finding your link and your advertisement there, pointing back to your website. That's only going to build up credibility for your building, and that's going to help you get to the top of search engines. So this is again Dan Fernandez, and I hope that helped you understand what makes search engines tick.